I'm BlackKrystel here. We're with the game Fanatics, and I'm really excited to get hands-on with Assassin's Creed Odyssey and have a chance to speak with you guys. Do you mind introducing yourself for us?
Absolutely. My name is Scott Phillips. I'm the game director on Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
And I'm Mel McCoubry. I'm the narrative director on Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Awesome. Well, there's a lot of stuff here. We got a chance to go hands-on at E3, so there's a lot more to play here at this demo. Can you tell us what's different from here than previously?
So what you're seeing here today is the very beginning of the game, the first 6-8 hours where you're setting up really who you are, what you're doing, where you're going, and what's important to you as the character. We're also introducing all the mechanics, and you're going to get your ship for the first time, the Adrestia. You're going to travel and experience some of the systems. So it's really how we're onboarding you to the game versus at E3 where we sort of jumped you into the middle of the action. And now it's a little bit of a different pace where you're learning starting from the bottom and where you're going to go in the end.
Oh, awesome. That's so exciting. On the other mechanics that we have here, the skill system, I guess we could call it, and I just want to know, maybe my question is, which one is your favorite? If you have one.
No, I do. On the ability side, like, we wanted to really make a lot of special abilities that would allow you to customize your playstyle and really have some almost over-the-top moments with the abilities. My favorite is Rush Assassinate, where you get to assassinate when it's fully upgraded up to 4 enemies around a setup. So in the past, you may have seen in Assassin's Creed where you can do a double assassinate. So if 2 guys are standing perfectly next to each other, you can assassinate them. For us, that always felt a little limiting, like if those guys, oh, he just started walking, so you miss. We wanted it to be much more open and flexible, where you throw the Spear of Leonidas, you catch up to it quickly, and then you get a slow motion chance to throw it at someone else. So you can really chain that multiple times, and it's great to even chain it back on one really strong enemy. So you can stab him twice and do assassination damage twice. So it's a super fun ability.
It was really important for us to be able to have these different kinds of abilities too, because we realized that as we were putting this game together, that people play Assassin's Creed differently. Everybody kind of plays it their own way, whether they care to admit it or not. And it's nice to finally be able to really offer those different kinds of play styles, so you can really tailor it to how you want to play. And it unlocked a discovery for me to figure out that I like to steal people's shields and smack them in the face with it. Feels really good. So that would be my favorite. That one and the taming ability.
Which is awesome. We saw that in Origins as well a little bit, but not to the same extent. I do have to say the wombo combo I have is the shield with the Spartan kick to the charged arrow shot.
Oh,
it's
wow.
like insta-kill, man. It's beautiful.
That's a
This is the intro we're talking about. Watch out for BlackKrystel.
Well, it's really exciting because you have these elements where I'm a sneaky type person, but I also, with Origins, I missed being able to kind of go in there and kind of just plow through people. So with these skills, allows me to still have that kind of big battle effect and come in there and just plow people down, but then I can also be super sneaky. So it's a whole new element. Speaking of big battles, big battle started right off the bat, and I'm hopefully going to go finish this last battle if we have time. How was tackling that? To have so many characters, so many NPCs on one screen, all of them fighting each other. It's giving me these weird I don't know.
amazing, awesome.
Yeah, I'm excellent.
No, we knew early on the fantasy of the game was in this era where the Spartan 300 are like probably one of the most iconic things of this time period, or of even Greece. And so we had to deliver on these giant battles, this epic feeling of being that one character that makes a difference, that can really change the tide of the war. So we wanted the whole world to be dynamic and changing sides from Athens and Sparta, and then we wanted to have the big culmination of that to be these conquest battles where hundreds of characters are on screen. You're using every skill you have. You're fighting against other mercenaries that the other side may have hired as well. So it's really a great chance to test out all of your abilities and all your combat abilities and ranged abilities to really show what you can do, and that combo you just talked about, like that's perfect thing to be using within a conquest battle. And then the world is always dynamic, so there's more of these that are occurring, or you can sort of trigger them yourself, and they have some of some really great rewards and loot to get out of them.
And also,
so you're in Magiris right now?
Yes, yeah. I'm like, I just, my wife, Odessa? That's my wife, I'm trying. I was macking on her so hard, but she wasn't liking my advances. She was like, yeah, after we finish, baby, after we finish. I'm like, stop playing hard to get. So upset. I was like, come on, honey, you're good with a bow. I just want your bow. But yeah, so I'm very excited about that. These little snippets of big battles that we've seen in previous installments were great and all. You kind of were thrown into the middle of these historical events. But in this installment now, it's like we're creating these events. Like these events are happening for us. And to be able to choose a faction side is kind of interesting.
The Peloponnesian War was really about 30 years of just constant conflict between all of these little states. Were constantly fighting each other. They're allied with, either Sparta or Athens, and then they would just constantly fight each other. So we wanted this sense that it's this never-ending war, and it's a great backdrop for the main story and the main setting of the game, rather than being something that's forced as major moments in the main story. It happens in the main story, but it's also always going on and always available for the player to engage in, to choose how much or how little you want to get into it.
So I guess the question, how many romance options are there, please? Like, is there a number? Is it infinite? Because I will love infinite.
It's not infinite.
Not yet.
But because previously in Assassin's Creed, romance has been part of the main story, and because this game was so centered around choice, we didn't want to force that on you if that's not something that you want to do in order to complete the main story. So we decided to go about putting in choice-based romance, and it was frightening for me because I was like, oh, how are we going to do this?
Like, right.
It can't feel like every other quest because I'm tired of in big AAA games of or not even AAA games of romance in games that's like, here are a bunch of presents, please love me. I tried that tactic once.
It didn't work.
And I'm also tired of, here's a heart, let's click it until maybe we make it later. So we wanted to explore it in a different way, and we found that a cool way, so it's like very experimental for us to have choice-based romance, and we found that one kind of cool way of tackling this dilemma was to have our own romance hub. So it's really dependent on the character you're talking to and how you talk to them, because they like certain things that you can say to them, and they don't like other things that you can say to them. So not all of the choices in the romance hub work, which, creates frustration for some people, but...
Me and Odessa, I will tell you firsthand, I saw the heart, I clicked it immediately, no hesitation, I didn't even care. And then, she's like, well, what should I do? I give her this lovely advice, and she's like, I don't like your advice. I was like, that's it? I'm sorry, I didn't know, baby, please take me back. I was very conflicted. I'm like,
I am glad you found her, I guess, though. That's good.
I was upset, yeah. And demo guy's like, oh, I think that's your girl. I was like, thank you. Say less. Say less.
We have a handful of romances that you can, experience in the game. They all have their own stories, and so if you're playing, and we didn't want to limit you, so if you're playing as Cassandra, you can romance any of those available options. If you're Alexios, you can romance any of them. If you want to romance them all, you can do that. If you don't want to romance anybody, that's like, it's totally up to you.
She said no limitations. So like, I can pursue a full romance, have this beautiful blossoming romance, and still be like, yo, there's this other girl on this other side of Greece, and I was just trying to say hi.
Yeah, or this dude over here.
Yeah, this dude over here, I have a husbando over here and a waifu over there. It's great.
I totally get that.
Oh gosh, the elder gods are finally speaking to us.
Yeah, so that's been really exciting for us. I think actually you were one of the people who were like, come on, Mel, we got to put romance in.
Yeah, no, for me, it was something that was important to bring to Assassin's Creed. Like, typically the game is just, here's your target, go kill your target. Hey, you did a good job. And then you move on. And so for me, I felt like that's why I kept pushing on it. And the idea being that, our lives and our experiences are more than just murdering people, and generally for most people.
For most people.
Most people. I don't want to be too, pigeonhole people, but so we wanted to me, it was about opening up the opportunities and making this a world and a bunch of characters that you wanted to spend more time with. And I think there's more to the human experience that we can explore. And I think romance is one of those areas that there's a lot of opportunity for us to explore and give players something they want to engage in and feel like they want to go back to it, and they want to come back to the world and the characters that are in it.
And we took that philosophical approach for platonic relationships as well, so that there's a lot of relationships that you can build with people, not just romance. But the romance ones will be fun because they all have their own little story and their own quirks and personality traits. So.
Well, and also, not to mention, our main characters have a very swag attitude about them when they're flirting with people. I mean, I'm just interested to see what he has to say every time. So I applaud you. I applaud.
I look forward to your experiences
Going forward.
Oh man, this live stream's gonna be crazy. You should have heard me in the back corner, the little crowd. I'm like, oh, please. So I guess my main question is, are we the main characters and the choices are the main characters making choices, or are we Layla in the Animus making choices in the Animus? Or is that something we will find out as we play?
It's like a question setting me up for murder or something.
I need to know.
Yeah, you are Cassandra or Alexios making choices.
Okay.
Your
In my memory. Interesting. There's so many questions. How does the Animus even work that way?
You'll have to play the game.
Gosh, the deadpan face. It's like I cannot reveal anything.
I would love to spoil this. And
Don't, please don't,
like-
please don't, please
And everybody's like, oh, your game comes out soon. And I'm like, but I have to hold on for another couple weeks.
Oh. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm super excited. I had fun here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you could just let us know at home when we can grab this baby here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll
Grab the baby on.
You gotta say, grab the baby.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We'll be out on October 5th on PlayStation 4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, and PC. And then pre-orders is available on October 2nd.
Yes.
Pre-order that.
She says, get on that. So thank you so much. I'm BlackKrystel. Thank you so much for talking to me. And this is the Game Fanatics.